It's like identity theft for companies, with fraudsters deliberately targeting established firms to add legitimacy to their ruse. Once a company is targeted, the fraudsters begin emailing or cold calling consumers, particularly the older ones, who are then directed to a corresponding fake website where the genuine company's details can be found, such as its registered address and date of incorporation. This gives the impression of legitimacy.
So last week we put out 7 alerts on 7 clone companies in Gibraltar. They are all real companies. What we found was the trend that it seems that fraudsters are currently using with regard to this was that they're looking for registered companies in Gibraltar. They're looking for companies that have no web presence whatsoever, which aids the fraudster. Companies that have had a long incorporation period, they're the companies they want. They show legitimacy of the company. There's no website there. Within that particular trend, companies with the names holding within their name, management and trading currently are the 3 that were in the trend. So company owners with those sorts of companies should be on the lookout. I think doing your own research is absolutely key, especially if you're cold called, whether that be by a phone call, whether that be by email. You can have a good conversation with these people, but always make sure to check yourself. So you can go to the GFSC website and look at our register to see if you're dealing with an authorised firm, and other organisations have the same registers. Also, it's just about doing that research, Googling, and being sure before you deal with anybody. A good company will be happy to answer questions and will be happy to put you in touch with the relevant regulator.
So consumers could find themselves out of pocket. But what about the companies being cloned?
Well, I think there's 2 answers to that. One is the reputation of the company name, even if they are generally nothing to do with financial services. If their name has essentially been used and abused by fraudsters, that's not good for them. And secondly, it may be that through these scams, that the legitimate company owners may actually receive legal letters from people looking for their money back, because clearly once it becomes a legal issue, they will revert back to the legitimate owner of the company. The fraudsters will have moved on to a new scam. So I would urge all consumers, if you receive a cold call, do all the relevant checks, ask before you give any money to anybody. And it's an old adage, but it's true. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Published warnings and more information can be found on fsc.gi.